It's one above coral belt now.
What is a coral belt?
So it's when you get your black belt, you have 10 dans that you can get to. The 10th, the 9th is a red belt. And the 10th, now they don't give the 10th to anymore. It's just the 5 original Gracies. So you can get up to 9 dans on your black belt. So the 7th dance, it means now you change to a coral belt. It's black and red. That's when you have the 7th dan. Then the 8th is a white and red belt. That's where my dad is now. So he's one past coral belt. Now his next dan, he would become a red belt, which will be the 9th. That's what it means.
Is there like a minimum amount of years required between dans?
Yeah, there is. So then it becomes per time. Like you need a requirement per years on each dan.
And how many years does it take to get to the
so
red
to coral belt is 31 years after you get your black belt.
31 years
31
of black
of
belt.
black belt, yeah.
Wow. Can you tell me if there are areas of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? I just want to say for people who might not practice martial arts, what aspects of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu do you think are transferable to everyday life?
Problem solving and how you face challenges. That's by far is probably number one. Is a problem solve, because when you're fighting, I'm giving problems they have to solve on as they come. When we're fighting, constantly problem solving. I'm trying to grab a leg to take it down. And you have to deal with that. And now I'm pulling your arms down to do something else. And now I'm pulling your head. Now I'm attacking your foot. So you see a constant problems that you have to solve right in front of you on the straight away. That is probably number one. Number two is that challenges, that confrontation that you have in front of you. So now we're gonna spar, shake hands. Now we fight. I'm not hitting. This is not aggressive way of fighting, because you don't have to hurt your opponent. But we're grappling. I'm trying to dominate you. I'm pinning you down. I'm pulling your arms. I'm trying to put in an arm lock to make you submit. That challenges. It's on the daily basics when someone is like speaking with you a little bit more aggressive. There, compared to having to fight the other person, is a big step. You're just being on the other end. You just be fighting people the whole morning. I'm not really gonna bother because the guy looks at me in an aggressive way.
So perspective, I guess, is what it gives you.
Yeah, it gives you calmness to seeing situation that it changes you.
Do you ever see yourself going back to live in Brazil?
Difficult, very difficult. I don't think so.
Why not?
Maybe. First, because like Rio is not the city that I used to live. Most of my friends are not there anymore. The city is not bigger, so it's not, my neighborhood is not the exact same way that I was. So now it's slightly different. But I think two things: the perspective of violence, that here we don't have that, even though that violence can happen. Nobody's going to rob you.
No, this is nothing. No.
You don't have to walk around looking like who's around me.
You can sit outside and have dinner without thinking someone's going to steal your phone or steal your watch.
Yes. My kids, they were born here. I don't think they will live in Brazil as early adults. They'll start creating their own path in life, which I don't see that will be in Brazil. So I don't know if I want to live so far away from them. Now they're going to have their kids, my grandkids. Like, I want to be near them. I have a new woman now. She's not Brazilian. She works. Does she wants to raise her son in Brazil or daughter? I don't know. That's why I'm like, Brazil is far away in my mind now. It could happen.
But do you miss it?
I do, but I don't have that attachment to Brazil that like I have to live there again.
It's more like happy memories as opposed to a nostalgia.
Yeah. Like I could not live in Brazil again. I would still be happy, or I could live in Brazil, still be happy.
But you know what? I think that has nothing to do with Brazil. I think that's just to do with you, man. As I said, have you noticed that? I'm just going to look. Does he not have this kind of Zen just vibe. It's like you could pick you up and just put you anywhere, and you just be all right, you know. What do you hope your children learn for you, not as a black belt, but as a father? As in, how do you want to be most remembered by them?
Someone that perseverance, like hard work, when you believe in something, like when you have a goal, you know, you need to achieve goals in life. They're like, you need goals to follow. That's what I want to, the big example I want them to follow. You need goals in life to follow. You cannot just drift through life. Otherwise, you never know where you're gonna. You're like a ship with no destination. You can go anywhere. I want them to be motivated to have goals in life and to follow that goal.
And what if they can't find a goal? Because I often think that I'm not sure I personally agree with goals all the time. Sometimes I think that just dedication alone can work. Because sometimes let's say you might not have a goal, but if you work hard enough at something, you'll kind of create your own path.
But you are working hard towards something.
Yeah.
So that's your goal. It can be anything. You know, it doesn't have to be, I want to be the richest guy in the world. It doesn't, you know, it can be any goal. Like, you know, at least, you know, you're working towards something. That I think is important. Because once we have a goal, we have a direction. And I think we are happier if we have a direction in life and know where we're going. That's what I meant.
I completely agree.
We need to know where we're going, because otherwise you're never going to get anywhere.
But that's what I found becoming a father helped me with. You mentioned to me something about a book. Can you tell me more?
I just finished writing a book. It calls The Warrior Mindset. It's a bit of self-help in my autobiography, but I didn't want to be just about the story of my life. I think I tried to give it in a way that, like, to help people, you know, what made me, well, trying to show people what I did to become what I did, and maybe will help them to do something in their lives. That's my goal. So you'll be released in September in the UK.
And people, do you know where we can buy it? Is it going to be on Amazon?
You'll be in a bookshop.
Yeah,
it'll be in bookshops.
Right. As soon as it's out, I want a copy. I want to get it signed, please.
Absolutely.
My very last question, I'm going to end on this. What would you like your legacy to be?
I already built my legacy.
Nice.
Hello everyone, it's Roger Gracie, and today you'll see a series of videos I did on guard passing. So I did a lot of different scenarios, of different ways to open people's closed guard. I showed one of my favorites, a few others that I've been working on, and you know, a few others that regardless of size, anyone can use. And I did try to focus on my pressure pass. There's some other variations of guard pass, but I try to focus on pressure pass, which I think is extremely important.